Hello and welcome back. Now today I'm going to be changing out the fuel pressure regulator in the 2004 Pontiac Grand Am. This has got the 3.4 liter V6 in it. Now the reason I'm changing the fuel pressure regulator is simple. Honestly, the one that's on here looks extremely old. Probably original in the car like most of the stuff was when we bought the car. So it's probably time for a change. Now the fuel pressure regulator is pretty simple, explanatory, as in it regulates fuel pressure. Now a bad fuel pressure regulator can do many things: poor idle, hard starts, poor fuel economy, poor performance, running rich, running lean, etc. So sometimes it's best to replace it before it actually really goes too far bad. It really just runs off vacuum, off the intake manifold, and sometimes the diaphragms go completely bad. In fact, the Sunfire that we had, the fuel pressure regulator went out on it. It actually sucked the fuel back through the manifold and caused a backfire. So right now it's just best to change it beforehand, because this thing probably isn't getting the gas mileage it probably should, and in the cold it does have a hard time idling. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it, and before it gets any worse, and make sure that way we can get the best out of this engine. Now the fuel pressure regulator itself is pretty simple. As you can see, the vacuum diaphragm or vacuum will go here. This goes to the fuel rail. You get a fuel line that will come up to here. So it's going to be easy install. I'll show you how to do it real quick. Alright, so now here is the fuel pressure regulator. As you can see, it's pretty old. Here's the vacuum to the manifold. Now there is the T27, I believe, little screw that we're going to take out first. What I'm going to go ahead and do is pull this out of the way. I can make it where I can pull straight out of there. And I'm going to disconnect the vacuum. Now sometimes the diaphragm will get so bad you'll actually see fuel coming out of here. And it looks like something has at one point. So it's probably a weak diaphragm anyway. What we're going to do is go ahead and take this little torque on the end of a little 1/4" ratchet, get in there and remove that first. Okay, now you can pull it away from the fuel pressure or the fuel rails. A little gas will come out. That's why you do it when it's cool. I have to move it around just a little bit. Try to make sure I got room for it to get out of there. There we go. And surprisingly enough, we're going to be able to get to that. Now here comes the catch. You either need a 15/16 or a 22mm to actually get this loose. You'll need 2 wrenches. And we're just going to try to break it loose. See if we can get it going. broke it loose. There we go. There we go. Now, all I have to do is bring it back up, or we can get to it. I'm gonna stick this right back down in there, which is a trick working around everything. There is a seal on the bottom, so you got to make sure it is fully pressed on, and hopefully you can see that. And make sure to bring that nut back up. Start tightening it back down. Get it as tight as you can by hand. I'm gonna put this back on there. And then tighten it back down. There we go. Now, we're going to slide this back in place, which is, of course, going to be a little tricky. Now, I guess I should have said something earlier, but if you're having troubles with that little bolt sticking out right there, it's 10 millimeter, just go ahead and back it off enough to be flush to the end of the manifold there. That way you can actually get this in place as you need it. Pops in, make sure it's pressed in. Take the torque screw, get it started. And then we can go ahead and tighten it down. Okay. Now to reconnect PC valve and our vacuum line for the fuel pressure regulator. Now the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and start it and make sure there's no leaks coming around anything around the fuel pressure regulator. Now first I just turn the key on, that way I can see if anything comes out, which so far is dry. Alright, now there it is. Starts well, idles good, good acceleration, good throttle response. So it's doing very well. Now I let it run for a little while, let the pressure build up in the fuel lines obviously, shut it off, wait for it to cool down. Everything's still dry under there. Never got a leak one. Now the install can be a little frustrating, just trying to get your hands up and around and get everything loose, taken off, and put back on. But other than that, it's a pretty simple, easy swap, and it's something you should probably do every once in a while anyway, depending on how many miles on your car. I can't say how many miles you should change it out, but I know, like on this car, 190,000 was probably waited a little too long, so put a new one on there. Everything seems to be working better, especially with what we've already changed out as well. So hopefully this information proved helpful. As always, thanks for watching.